So, man, I want to look at just a few with you. I think this is number 13 in that GED book. You know, they gave you this expression. This kind of has a minus sign, which is really the opposite of A1, minus this C2 minus A3 in parentheses, plus this C2 times this B1 close parenthesis. And they did say this asterisk kind of means multiplication. In the table, the first thing you have to do is kind of identify what values go with A1, C2, A3, and B1. If you look at the graphics, A1 is a -2, C2 is a 3, A3 is a 5, and B1 is a -4. So if that helps, you can stop this video and see if you can work it out on your own. If you need some more guidance, I will continue talking here. So my next move is to substitute in for A1. So I'm going to leave this dash out here. A1 gets changed to a -2, got a minus sign, then a parenthesis. C2 is a 3 minus A3, which is a 5, close parenthesis, plus then C2 is a 3 times B1, which is a -4. And then we have another grouping symbol. I'm just going to use parentheses instead of the brackets. So this is what our problem looks like. Again, if you need to pause to see if you can work it out from there, you can pause and work it out from there, see if you can come up with it. My next move, since there's more than one grouping symbol, we always start with the inside. So my first move is this 3 take away 5. And again, I don't like subtraction, so I can write that as 3 plus -5. We can always change subtraction to adding the opposite. A lot of times I use what's called the KCC method. Keep, change, change. Keep the 3, change subtraction to addition, and change the 5 to a -5. And now we notice that these are working against each other. You have income and a debt. So you have to subtract, and then 5 minus 3 is going to give you a 2. But since there's more debt, it remains on the negative side of things. So I'm going to just replace this with a -2. And I'm going to bring everything else down. So this is what I kind of have. So again, my observation is subtraction with negatives is confusing. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. So this -2 minus a -2, I'm going to rewrite that as -2 plus a +2, and I'm going to bring everything else down. So the grouping symbols are still in the problem. And then you have this dash. Since I still have these parentheses here, I still got to do what's inside there. But again, I have to follow the order of operations inside there, and I must do multiplication before I worry about addition. So my next move is 3 times -4. Well, we know 3 times 4 is 12, and we know it's going to end up being a -12 there. So -12 comes down. I bring down this -2, bring down this 2, and bring down the plus sign there. This is still all in parentheses with a little dash. And then I just do -2 plus 2. Well, that's going to be 0. And then 0 plus -12 is what I'd have next. And this is still in parentheses, and the dash is still out here. So I have this, and then 0 plus 12 is going to be -12. And then to remove these parentheses, I got to take the opposite of a -12, and the opposite of a -12 is then a +12. So that would be the solution to number 13, I believe that is, in that GED book. I will point out, 17, you should look at that one a little more closely. 3-1 that you chose is not on the line. A little hint, you could probably use process elimination and just see which point could possibly be on there, because I don't think it actually fits on the graph, but you should be able to see the pattern of which one it is. So 17 I'm going to leave to you for the time being, but you need to look at that one. over again. And another one I'm gonna look at is number 20. So I'll clear this off and look at number 20. This is kind of a confusing problem. Again, these are the ones that I may just not do on a GED test. There's just too much confusion there. I would leave it for last. But if I was doing it, you know, I know the evening tickets are $24.50. So I'm gonna put an E for evening. I'm gonna make some notes here. That's $24.50 for a ticket. So I'm gonna make a note of that. And they also say the afternoon tickets are like $19 each. So I'm gonna use the letter A for afternoon. And they say those tickets are $19 each. They also say she wants to buy 6 tickets. So she's gonna get 6 tickets altogether. So what it wants me to do is use what's given to me to arrange an expression that would solve the problem. Before I do that, I just need to understand what they're wanting is how much less she would spend if she chooses the afternoon show instead of the evening show. So to me, if I was going to the evening show, what I'm picking up on is she's going to have to do $24.50, and she's going to have to multiply that by 6 to get how much she pays for the evening. For afternoon, she's going to have to go $19 times 6. And to figure out how much less she pays, basically it's going to be your evening. If you subtract the afternoon, that's going to be what she's going to save, basically. So without doing any math, because they're not asking us to do any math, I could just leave the evening as $24.50 times 6. That's the evening, minus then the 19 times 6. And that would be the afternoon. And that would be an expression I can use. But the catch is, you don't have to use all the terms, but you can only use one of those terms once. I would be using 6 twice, so I can't use this expression. But what I can do is use parentheses and rewrite the problem as the 6 on the outside of the parentheses, and I have the 24.50 minus the 6. I'm sorry, minus, let me clear that there, erase it. So minus the 19, that would be another way to do it. So if I pull that 6 out, notice the distributive property says I still got to multiply both of those by 6. So what they're actually doing is they're actually determining how much you save per ticket, and then you're multiplying it by 6. So this actually represents the savings per ticket, and then you multiply by 6 to get the total savings. So that's the expression they would want, is the 6, open parenthesis, then you'd put the 24.50 inside there, minus the 19, and then the close parenthesis. That's what they would actually be looking for on that. So there's a lot of laying down groundwork before I can even come up with the answer to this problem. So that's why I probably would have cut that one loose before I tried it on the GED test, but that's kind of how it looks. The rest of them, the answers were correct. If you understand those, then we're good to go. I'll stop there.